welcome back. We got another top 100, Hot 100 Billboard 1958 single. We're still in the 58s. This is by an artist or a troupe called the Kingston Trio, which, as the name suggests, was three chaps who operated from the late 50s to the late 60s. San Francisco Bay Area nightclub act. Original lineup of Dave Guard, Bob Shane, and Nick Reynolds. I hope those names mean something to you. They don't mean anything to me. This is a group called the Kingston Trio, and we're going to be listening to their track, which is, it's a North Carolina folk song based on the 1866 murder of a woman named Laura Foster, R.I.P. Allegedly by a gentleman called Tom Dooley. And you'll see where that name comes into it when we listen to the song, because the song is called Tom Dooley. All about the murder of Laura Foster, R.I.P. by a San Francisco troupe called the Kingston Trio. So let's get going.
Throughout history, there have been many songs written about the eternal triangle. This next one tells the story of a Mr. Grayson, a beautiful woman, and a condemned man named Tom Dooley. When the sun rises tomorrow, Tom Dooley must hang.
Serious stuff.
Your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die. I met her on the mountain, there I took her life.
Oh dear.
Met her on the mountain, stabbed her with my knife. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry.
Indeed.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die. This time tomorrow, reckon where I'll be. Hadn't it been for Grayson, I'd have been in Tennessee.
Oh, well now, boy,
hang down your
Ooh,
head.
it's kicking off.
Hang down your head and cry.
Oh, well,
hang down your head and cry. Oh boy, you're bound to die.
Oh, well now, boy,
hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head and cry.
Oh, well,
hang down your head and cry. Oh boy, you're bound to die. This time tomorrow, reckon where I'll be. Down in some lonesome valley, hanging from a white oak tree.
Quite.
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die.
oh, well now, boy,
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, hang down your head and cry.
oh, well,
Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die. Poor boy, you're bound to die. Poor boy, you're bound to die.
poor boy, you're bound to die.
1958. The Kingston Trio with Tom Dooley. Well, that started off not terribly interesting, didn't it? That was a bit slow. Yeah. When I first did this kind of thing, listening to the top 100 way back, I think I mentioned this in one of my early videos. I started doing this kind of thing, just listening to it really, just to hear the songs, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. But I didn't start with the Hot 100. I think I started with just 1950 or something. And one of the number one singles then was some kind of rah-rah band type music about the Civil War or something. And that's what I thought this song was going to be in the style of when it first started. Kind of putting aside the thought that, you know, it's San Francisco folkies, they're not going to be doing the rah-rah Civil War marching band type thing, but I was concerned that it was going to be something that most definitely showed its age. And in the end, this kind of showed its age. It is a folksy tune, kicked in with the 3-part vocals further on. That was really nice. I really liked that. Lyrically, don't let any boomers tell you that our modern music is violent, because he's singing about stabbing her, taking her up to a mountain and stabbing her. So don't let me be hearing any of you old folk diss our... I mean, I say our, I'm terribly old. But you know what I mean? I went through the 80s listening to people talk about how 80s rock music was violent when, you know, this shit was going on in the 50s. Don't give me that crap. Anyway, that ended up being really good. I quite liked that, especially once all 3 harmonic vocals were coming in. The music was simple, but that's all it needed to do. It told the story. It was really good. And that's really what folk music is all about, right? It's about evoking a story and evoking a feeling. But that 3-part harmony which was such a basic harmony as well. You know, they're not trying to do all lots of different levels of cascading melody intertwined. It's just 3 blokes singing alternating lines coming in to sound really good. I think that's all you can really ask for, really, in a folksy song, I think. So that was the Kingston Trio. What happened to the Kingston Trio? Let's have a look. So they were active from 57 to 67. They're still going with different members. The current members aren't any of the original ones at all, from what I can see. In 1961, the trio was described as the most envied, the most imitated, and the most successful singing group, folk or otherwise, in all show business, and the undisputed kings of folk singing rage by every yardstick. So obviously, then the 60s came along and knocked that all on the head completely, didn't it? Yeah, so they're still going today, so that's good. You know, it's not the original members, but that's nice. I like it. I think that's good. You don't need to have the original members to carry on the feeling of something. Just ask Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons when they kick the bucket, and Kiss is still going to be touring. We'll see. Anyway, that's the Kingston Trio with Tom Dooley. On to the next one.